to the next level.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, editor-in-chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Happy Mental Monday, y'all. I hope you had an amazing weekend. We have an awesome panel today, and we're talking a little bit about those mindset blocks that people have to just get over so they can really live the healthy lifestyle that they deserve. So let me go ahead and bring in my panelists. Hey, good morning, Teresa.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Felicia. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning.
And good morning, Audrey. We got all the ladies from the contributing writer team in the house this morning. Welcome, welcome, ladies. I'm going to take 1 minute just to introduce yourself really quickly to everyone that maybe does not know who you are, so they can really get an idea of what we have to offer in the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics family. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with you, Teresa.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Teresa Palmer. I'm a holistic cardiology nurse practitioner. I have a program called Heart Consciousness, giving your heart the attention it deserves. And I'm the nurse that connects people to their heart. And in doing so, I connect them to themselves.
Awesome. Thanks, Teresa. Felicia.
Hey there, I am a hormone health coach helping women release the guilt, shame, and frustration around weight loss and balancing their hormones so they can live free as a feather.
Awesome, thank you. Stephanie.
My name is Stephanie Malik. I am a freelance writer, editor, and publisher, and I pretty much do it all. I like to write health-related content. I have a book out, The Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Clean Living, and that is the foundation for my life.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephanie. And Audrey.
Hello, everyone. I'm Audrey Link. I am a aromatherapist, Ayurvedic practitioner, and nutritionist and Ikigai coach. I take who you are and create it as a whole. So I look at your body as a whole, and I then add in what you may need for your body to heal itself.
Thank you. So see, everybody, this is a part of our contributing writer team. They each write articles in Phoenix Fitness Fanatics monthly, so you definitely want to subscribe and get some of this amazing content from these ladies. So today we're going to dive into how mental conditioning and our mindset shifts and being able to create those neural pathways in our brain that play a role in our long-lasting health, our long-lasting healthy lifestyle, and how we're able to live, being able to crush any of those excuses that come up, right, when we're trying to live a healthy lifestyle. So question of today, and we're going to go ahead and go around the room. So what are some of these common mindset blocks that really prevent people from committing to that healthy lifestyle in the long term? You know, we get people that start the year out and, you have these New Year's resolutions and they might go strong for, some people go strong for a month, 2 months, 3 months. Some people only go strong for maybe a week. But how do we really set the foundation for a long-term healthy lifestyle? We're going to go ahead and start with you, Teresa, then we'll go to you, Felicia, and down to you, Stephanie, and we'll close it out with you, Audrey.
Thank you so much. This is really a topic that I think is so timely. And a topic that I really like and write about quite a bit. It all comes down to the story that you tell yourself. How do you feel about yourself? I think a lot of times we start and stop things because we don't feel worthy or feel like we can be successful. So it's not a fear of failure, it's actually a fear of success, of
Mm,
succeeding. And there's a lot of mind blocks that can cause that. It can go all the way back to something that happened to you. Maybe you tried to be successful with something and it didn't work out. So, in the back of your mind, the subconscious, where you're not really thinking about it, that's always back there. And what happens is then you try to do things. You try an exercise program. Well, you sabotage yourself because you get so far and then that subconscious clicks in. Now, you're not aware of this, but the subconscious clicks in and it says, oh, well, she failed at this back in 1995 or 2005 or whatever. And it's a self-sabotaging behavior. So once you become aware, like if you try something and say you try to exercise or you try to cut back or you try to do healthy eating, and every time you do it, you get to a certain point. Maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month, maybe it's 3 months. You get to a certain point, and then boom, it falls apart. At that point, what you really need to do is sit back, take some time to really think about what's going on. Because the real issue isn't that you either can't exercise or can't lose weight. The issue is that something's blocking that. And you just need to go back and ask yourself, was there a similar situation where this happened to me before? Had I tried something that possibly didn't succeed? Do I really, what's the story I'm telling myself? Do I see myself as self confident as being able to succeed? Or do I have doubts? Do I have these self doubts that come up? Do I see myself perhaps as not worthy to be able to succeed with this? And it's really, I know I talk a lot about going inside yourself in that inner landscape, but that's where it all starts.
that's right.
That's where we hold the good, the bad, and the ugly. So that's what needs to really be sorted out. It's like going through your computer, going through your files. What do you need? What no longer serves you? What do you need to get rid of? And then proceeding from there. So it's all about what happened, how could we turn this around, and how do you change your story? You have to believe it, number one. So it's not enough to think positive. There's a lot of talk about, oh, just think positive and it'll manifest. No, it won't. You have to believe it, and you have to believe that with your heart and soul, because your subconscious and your inner self knows when you're not being truthful and knows when you're trying to fake it. And when you're trying to fake it, it's just not going to work. It may work in the short term, but for the long term results, it's not going to work. You have to do the inner work, find out what's bothering you, and then change that story that you're telling yourself and believe that story. Not just give it lip service, but really believe it. And that may take some time. These things don't happen overnight. But that's my take on it. Thank you.
Thanks, Teresa. Felicia, it's your take.
Yeah. So I had three things in mind, similar to Teresa's taking inventory. I would definitely agree with that. But I actually would think on the outside in, just because the first, I guess, couple decades of our lives were shaped by our surroundings, by our family, by our culture. And that was a lot for me to have to work through in order to get to my goals, right? Because culturally, there's comfort foods, soul foods that we eat. There's the eating for comfort in general. There's just so many of those types of cultural things. And then also your family gets used to the way you look and who you are as an identity. So when that starts to shift and change, that means they have to pivot their expectations of you, which is not only you growing, but that's you kind of either forcing them to either grow with you or stay the same, and that makes them have to reflect on themselves. So that's not always just a battle of the self. You also sometimes have to battle those that have been close to you your whole lives just to stand up for your own will to do what you want to change. So I totally agree with what Teresa was saying in terms of that internal work. That's a part of it. But the surrounding influences do have such a major impact on our ability to believe in ourselves, and our ability to have that willpower. And so I say, look at what taught you what you know. Take inventory in that way to go, who is that inner voice and who is it made up of? I know mine was made up of a combination of my mom, different family members, my sister, my dad, just people that I respect. And so as a result, when I did try or start to lose weight in a positive way, those same people were like, are you okay? They're thinking I'm going through a health crisis of some sort, and I'm really not. They're just seeing that I'm losing 20 pounds, and they're like, wait, that doesn't look healthy to me, because health to me looks plump, fat, and comfortable, and that's culturally what I was taught. So, to see me any other way, the next thing I was going to mention was seeking examples, examples of other people who look like me that were successful doing the thing I want to do, right? Because that can give you the belief that you may not have. A good personal example that's recent to me is, I have a little one that's 2 years old, and I had gained roughly about 80 pounds during that pregnancy. And I knew, though, because I had lost 80 pounds before, that I could do it again. So that was one thing that I'm like, I believe, because I saw myself do it before. It's just a different circumstance now. But then there were many people who wanted to come rushing in and go, oh, well, once you've had a baby, your hormones are all whack. You're going to keep that pouch forever, because I had a C-section as well. So they're like, that mom pouch you're going to keep forever. You're always going to have problems with that scar area. So, there's lots of doom and gloom, right? And then, hold on, baby. And, little one's right here trying to get involved. But, but then I ended up finding an athlete that had done, baby, stop, please. That had done just the thing I wanted to do. She had lost, no, sorry.
You're good.
Down, head down. But she had lost the weight. She had her scar completely shown in this image that showed her strong. Sorry, I just don't let my little one be on camera. And she was exactly what I was looking for. She showed the image that you could lose the mom pouch, you could recover from C-section and still be a strong, beautiful athlete. And though I'm not trying to be an athlete specifically, she was showing that what I wanted was possible.
Right.
And the last thing I wanted to say was accountability. Yes, after I'm done, baby. We had this conversation. But last thing is accountability. Those that believe in you and believe what your goals are,
Right.
and that will support you. Not make you feel guilty or crazy or funny about it, but will consistently support what your goals are and remind you of why you want to do it, and let you know that what it is possible and achievable for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Felicia.
Yeah, thank you.
Stephanie, what's your take?
Okay, my take is it's hard. I mean, I've been going through mental issues, and sometimes I just have to remind myself I'm not the only one going through this. Most of my issues right now stem from being a newspaper publisher in this contentious world where everyone wants to pin you on one side of the spectrum or the other, even though those of us that are professionals know it's down the middle, it's both sides, you're not playing favorites. And knowing that every single person that is in the media is going through the same thing I am right now. Everyone calls us the L word, and it's like, no, we're not. So just keeping in mind that and reminding myself that I am doing what I feel like the country needs at this time. And then taking time for me. Yesterday, I took the day off for the first time in almost 7 months, and it was good. I did what I needed for me. I bought a new pillow so I can get better rest at night. I bought some new workout shoes that I'm not in pain and I slept. I did what I needed to do to have some self care time. And self care is going to look like different things to different people. Maybe it's uncluttering your house that is driving you crazy instead of sleeping, or catching up on laundry, or doing things like that. Self care is going to be different things to different people, and your environment definitely affects your mental health.
Yeah.
A lot of the people that I know that are supporting me, I would not be here still if it weren't for the people supporting me, because I'm not individually strong enough to do a lot of to take a lot of this stuff on my own. So just be strong, keep people in your corner that believe in you and know what you're trying to accomplish, and focus on the good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by refreshing those positive things, again, the neural pathways, the more you build on a positive accomplishment, the stronger those connections get.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that you took that self care, because that self care is, it really is everything. And I think that is the key to having that healthy lifestyle, right? It's celebrating those small wins, whatever they are, whether it be getting a little extra sleep, whether it be pushing away from that plate a little bit, whether it be, getting outside and, grounding, taking a day off. I mean, that's huge. I mean, 7 months, so you need a lot more of that. So, but that does definitely help us to find that balance in that healthy lifestyle. So I love that. I love that. Okay, Audrey.
Now, can you repeat the question? Because I want to make sure I stay on the question.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Kind of lost
So
it.
so it's what are some of those common mindset blocks that prevent us from really committing to living that healthy lifestyle for the long term? We really need to have that mental conditioning, and those what are those mindset shifts that maybe you have done, to really live the healthy lifestyle that you have, because you have been doing this for a long time now. So all of us here are examples to people, to show them that we can live that healthy lifestyle for the long term.
Thank you for reiterating that.
Right.
Yeah, so some of the blocks for me, kind of like Felicia, is conditioning from the young age. It's my environment. Examples of my parents, my siblings, my school. Just if you walked into school and you were bullied, that creates a mindset, right? If so some of the blocks come from how you grew up and all of that kind of stuff, and to change that um, has to be consistency. For me, a lot of that is consistency and repetition. It's like, you saw Felicia's little one kind of a little bit there, right? And as a parent, it's don't touch the stove kind of thing, right? And repeatedly telling them because they want to be up there, right? It's repeatedly telling the child that you do this and do that, and how to do this, and they constantly try to stand, right? And we're constantly saying words so they learn our language, that kind of stuff. So to condition our brain, for me, is repetition.
Yeah.
It's I've gained weight. Now what do I do to take the weight off? Watch my diet, do exercise, right? And it's repetition day in and day out. So it's watching my schedule as to what I'm doing. Last few days have been totally chaos because I'm putting a flooring in. So my routine has been totally off, and I'm feeling it, So for me, it's that repetition to change those old patterns that we want to change. So that's kind of my mental conditioning.
I love it. I love it. And that repetition is everything. Consistency is key to a long term healthy lifestyle, and even if you do fall off, as Felicia said, find people to surround yourself with that are going to help you stay on point. I think everybody kind of touched on having, people around you as well. And, learn how to just really know how you feel. I think that's that's the huge thing too. Your body's going to tell you, and your mind's going to tell you as well when you're a little off kilter. So just be able to tap in, to that, stay consistent. And if you need, to learn how to just find the steps that you need, tap into some of the individuals here on your screen. Tap into, Teresa, tap into Felicia, tap into, Stephanie and Audrey, because they all have, various things that they have, again, done to continue to stay on point. Or if they do fall off, they do know how to get back on point to be able to just keep that long-term lifestyle. So everyone, I just want to go around the room and just tell everyone how they can get in touch with you if they do want to work with you. They can go into the magazine definitely and read all your content, but if they want to just reach out, directly to you, how can they get in contact with you? Go ahead, Teresa, and then we'll go Felicia, Stephanie, and then Audrey.
The best ways to get in contact with me are my website, www.wellbeinggal, all one word.com, and it's WELLBEINGGAL.com, or Instagram. You could message me on Instagram. Either way works. I check all my emails through my website, and I also am on Instagram. So those would be the two ways to get in touch with me.
Felicia, how can they get in touch with you if they want to work with you?
I'd say the easiest way is going to be setting up an appointment and doing my small application on freeasafeather.com/apply. There you can also learn about my hormonal harmony program. Otherwise, look at Felicia Pelto on Instagram and Facebook, as well as Free as a Feather on LinkedIn, on Facebook, as well as Felicia Pelto on LinkedIn.
Thank you. All right, Stephanie, how can they connect with you?
Yes, my email is writebysteph@gmail.com. On Facebook and Instagram, I'm Stephanie Malink, and then I am also Right by Steph on Facebook. And you can also call or text 314-952-7525. I'm open to that. I get calls and messages from all over the country with my different businesses, so I answer everything unless it actually has the word spam in the dialer box. So I love to talk to people. I love to share my journey, and I enjoy getting other people on the same train track as me.
Awesome. Thanks, Steph. All right, Audrey.
Yeah, so best way to get a hold of me is the number on the link. It's WhatsApp. And then I send a short health survey, and then we can discuss what kind of is in the health survey, and we can target exactly what is for you. So best way is there. But as under my name, Audrey Link, as it's spelled on the screen there, Facebook, LinkedIn as well.
Awesome. So to start our week, we're going to do something a little bit different here. So I want to go ahead and everybody think about just one word, and we want to let the audience know that one word. We're going to say stay, and that one word. So my one word for you guys, everyone, stay resilient. Teresa.
My one word would be self-awareness.
All right. Felicia.
Optimistic.
Stephanie.
Strong.
And Audrey.
Adaptability.
Awesome. Everybody, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. I want to thank you, ladies, so much for being a part of the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics family and just creating so much great content, showing up every week, sometimes multiple times a week, to just inspire and encourage everyone to tap into their inner Phoenix fire so they can live that healthy lifestyle and really be able to find that balance in their mind, body, and spirit. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Happy Mental Monday, and we'll see y'all next time. Take care, everybody.